The guy is purchasing this saw from me, and he asked me to go ahead and give it a thorough rundown, I should say. We've got an XL-12. Serial number 1729405. Fuel line is toast. Guess I need a bucket or something for all my nuts and bolts. Look around here, because this is probably going to be a little while. It usually takes me a week or so to get parts in, so maybe sometimes as much as a month for me to go ahead and get around to getting all the parts. That clutch looks almost new. XL-12, 54cc. Super XL Auto is basically the same thing, just 58cc. You know, this carburetor is going to be a pain. So, as far as the read's concerned, it's just it's not like the Super XL Autos. Can you see it? It's just like a little metal flap right there. That's all it is. Guess we should get this muffler off and see what our piston looks like. But I'm running into more and more situations where people just want their stuff fixed and the shop won't do it. And they come to me. And most people around here don't even know I exist, so I don't see it very often. There you go. No scoring from this view. I can't pull the starter because the rope's missing. But I know that much is good. And I probably won't pull the muffler because, or the rest of the muffler, because it's pointless. There's hardly any carbon in there or anything. Let's work on getting the starter off. So if you don't know it, I do play guitar. I play in a band actually. And I've played in bands for a long time. I got all kinds of stories I could tell you. Say late 2000s. No, not late 2000. What am I saying? About 2008-ish, I'd say that. The band made a road trip to New York City to play. We don't have a blue coil. Would you know? Would you look at that? I was expecting to see a blue coil. And she moves. Let's find out how much compressions it's got. But yeah, the band made a trip to New York City to play. And it was quite an adventure, I'll tell you. It's, see, around here, when a band sets up to play, 3 hours up there playing. And in New York City, they do not do it like that at all. It's like a 45-minute set, and they'll do like 4 or 5 bands throughout the night. And pretty much the headliner of the night is the only one who gets paid. So we basically made that trip for $0. Top ramen noodle, however you want to call it, with corn and sausage, all in a butter bowl. Does it get any better than that? It was like a 10-hour drive to New York City to play for a 45-minute set. we went and rented one of those big 15-passenger vans. We all loaded up there and drove the 10 hours. We didn't have to bring much gear with us, just basically guitars, because they had amps on the stage, which, you know, whenever you do things the way they do, you pretty much need to do that. That spark plug is pretty ugly, but we're gonna have to test this for spark too. So the whole drive is what was fun. We drove up there like 10 hours, and just, you can imagine, you know, 15-passenger van, a band of people in their 20s and some friends and stuff for all this time to go to New York City to play a show. I mean, you can just imagine the kind of time we had. It was a blast. We didn't do it to make money. It was the adventure, you know. That was pretty much the start of the band's adventures, I guess you could call them, of going and playing, you know, cool events like that. It was funny because we actually did get to play some really good stuff, and it was the fact that we did that. We were willing to make those trips for pretty much no money. I mean, it was out of our pockets. That was the reason we got a lot of the shows we got, and I wouldn't have stories if we didn't do that, you know. Alright, so I need a starter so I can test this. The adventures of being in a band were just great. You know, we started out playing just covers, you know, local bars. Then we started writing. It was whenever the writing started, was that things started really getting cool, because there's a different kind of venue, if you know what I mean. You're not playing 3-hour nights, you're just doing like a 45-minute set. So you got to write an album's worth of music. We recorded professionally the full album, mass produced it. I think we started out with, I don't know, I think we bought 1,000 copies at first, and you know, I don't have many left. I got, I don't know, maybe 20 copies of that CD left. It was up on CD Baby and all that stuff. But some of the best times of my life were being in a band. Alrighty, so who wants to see what those compression tests do? Look at that, 130. Yep, 130. It was actually like 132. Wonder what kind of spark we got. I can test how your spark is. Hey, we got spark. That was easy. You tell me if you can. I'd love to see. I wonder if you can see that in the video. Look at that. They got good spark. So whenever you see me take the flywheel off, you're probably going to cringe at my techniques. But you know, I got it on. Alrighty. So a little trick I've done in the past. I'll explain it here. Got a puller. The keyway is facing this direction, so So I got the puller on this side, only on this side. This side's free. And all I'm going to do is smack it to the side. There we are. It's always worked for me. We're missing 3 shoes off of this clutch. There we go. And that seal is gone. There's nothing left of it. There's nothing. The rubber part in here, the seal's up against the crankshaft, it's gone. Nothing left of it. There's no way you're going to be able to see this. It's just coming apart like it's all dry rotted. And it's just coming apart. I keep having people ask me why I do this. You know, if you don't replace these parts, you end up with a high chance of air leak. And you run an air leak, you get you run lean, and next thing you know, you're blowing it up. From here, I'm cleaning it. I'm going to replace this. Both seals. Fix that little problem. And go from there. Need to get a new oil cap. It ain't gonna take much. 2 seals, an O-ring, a rebuild, oil filter or oil filler cap. But yeah, not much going on there. This is a simple project. This is gonna be a hard one to let go of. I wanted to keep it, but I agreed to sell it, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, but I did want to keep it. So I guess this is the end. I'll say goodnight. I gotta be out of bed in the next 6 hours. Nope, sorry. I think I gotta be out of bed in 5 hours. It's 11:15. I gotta get up at 4. So 4 hours and 45 minutes until I have to be out of bed. Good night, and till the next time.
Welcome to our